Okay. Do 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 do. Hi everybody, this is Son Nguyen. I should probably do like a little introduction thing. I'm going live pretty much throughout this weekend to try to do $7 readings with you guys. So I did eat, I had some oranges. Here's the remnants of my oranges. But I will have to go pretty soon, so I'm only going to be on for about 10-15 minutes right now, but I will be back later tonight pretty much to try again. But I figured I would go live just for like a few minutes to see if anyone wanted a reading right now, and to also announce that I'm going to pop back on live like in maybe an hour or so. Oops. So I don't have like a specific time frame, but yeah, I'll wait here for like maybe 5 minutes to see if anybody wants to pretty much get a reading. But after that, I'm gonna head out. Welcome in, everybody. If you're interested in getting a reading, let me know. If you want to just say hi, if this is your first time and you're just meeting me, hi, welcome. I'm just here for a few minutes to see if anybody wants to get a reading. And then I'm going to head out and get some food, and I will come back in case people want to do readings later. 4, 6. Cool. And I have 7 decks in front of me, which is pretty cool. I've got, let's see, the Cosmos Tarot / Oracle deck. Let me see if I can find like a pink card. In this deck, it's like a Tarot and Oracle deck, which is pretty cool. I've got, this might be called like the Gaia Oracle or something. This is the Goddess Guidance Tarot, the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot, the Wheel of the Year Tarot. This is the Sage Oracle, and then we've got the Moonology Oracle, which I haven't used in a while. Hi, Aura Sevas. It says message retracted. Sorry. So not 100% sure. But hello. Don't know if you're new here, but But yeah, I think that's all. So, to anyone on the channel who watches this later, um, I don't know exactly when I'll be back on live, but I will be back in less than 5 hours from now. It could be in like an hour, it could be in like 2 or 3 hours, but at most it'll be in like 4 or 5 hours, like later tonight. Oh, it could be even later. So I don't know. I'll be back on live doing $7 readings for anyone interested. And how you can book a reading or pretty much do that. I have donation links in the description. So later, usually when people ask, I can put that in the chat. I'm able to copy and paste like this. And that's pretty much how this whole system goes. It's also donation based. It's like what's appreciated is like about $7, but people can also just get readings technically for free. But like the whole point is that it's like a service that I'm offering and that this is like sort of a price that I offer. But low key, it's like donation based. But it's not really all that low key. In the past, I would try to commit to like, okay, $7 Saturdays, like, you know, don't do any free readings because maybe like then I like won't be doing what I set out to do. But I just don't think so anymore. So yeah, I think that's something for in the future if I don't have the time and energy to get to every single reading, and like if readings are really like that busy. But as of this moment, since things have been kind of slower, it's a lot easier for me to do readings. So to whoever's watching, if you can't get a reading, if you can't afford one, we can still do a reading. Just let me know what your question is or if you're interested. If not, that's okay. Thank you for hanging out with me. Yeah, if you want to donate or pay, like see how you feel, test out the reading, and if you liked your reading, you can like tip. That's something I'm open to. Pretty much a sliding scale. As for my description, I probably should edit it because I don't, to be honest, I don't know if my booking website is still up. I sort of haven't talked to my sister in pretty much since 2020. So I mean, she and we've talked a few times, but for the most part, yeah. And so I haven't really asked or talked about the website with her. So it's kind of a mystery. But yeah, that's all for now then. I'll just leave on like a collective message. So, forgiveness. So, I feel like a lot of people in the collective are just hurt right now, wounded from certain things that have happened, the way situations unfolded, and like if we knew what we know now, if we knew back then what we know now, maybe things would be different kind of feeling. That we're also getting a time for healing. Yeah, I think I said healing. I hope I said healing, but that's what this card for, yeah, knowing what we knew then, however I phrased it. That kind of energy. That, oh yeah, a lot of us are hurt right now, wounded. The Eight of Wands. Ooh, the Two of Cups. This can easily be about relationships. This can be about a partnership where there's been some wounds that opened up and a lot of healing that's been taking place. Healing and communication that's been taking place between you and your partner. For those of you who are in some sort of connection, it doesn't have to be a defined relationship. It can just be a connection, like a friend, family member, or maybe you don't even have a label over whatever the connection is. Arakira blossoming. So this healing effect is happening. So some of you like the healing is still taking place or communication has not been fully delivered, this makes a lot of sense because we're currently in Mercury retrograde as of this moment. So Mercury will go direct March 9th or March 10th, somewhere around there. So this blossoming effect, it says you are just getting started. So again, this is like saying that this healing is going to be happening. This needing to communicate or to work through communication and healing through your communication skills at this time, and to understand and to forgive, to understand that people communicate differently, that miscommunications is actually a big factor behind conflict, behind wounds and pain that happens in connections of trust, connections of love or romance, partnerships, things like that. So looks like Mercury retrograde is playing out nicely for everybody. Then we get island, solitude. So right now, you might just be having some time to yourself, and it's going to be a process. But I think this energy will change because there's like a tree blossoming on this card. And the Seven of Water, anticipation. Yeah, so you're anticipating the next move, when you're going to receive more communication or when there's going to be more time between you and your partner. Salome! Hi! Anyways, that was the last card. I just drew one card from each of the 7 decks. So that's the collective reading. It is good to hear from you. If you are able to get a reading from me, please do. But also, I'm also donation based most of the time, as you know. So if you can't, please just get a reading anyways, you know, like Salome, I haven't heard from you since like, I feel like in 2019 almost, maybe earlier in January, but I really feel like it's been a while. Yes, Salome, yes. How are you? I bet it's been a wild ride. Because it's been a wild ride for me. It's definitely been interesting. And to anyone on the channel, don't worry about, like, basically, if you guys are 420 friendly, cool. If you're not, sorry to offend anybody. I am. So I am going, and if some of you are like, oh, don't take some hits right before doing a reading, it's like, I took some hits right before I went live. So yeah, I'm gonna do this in celebration to Salome. Probably in January, I was actually thinking of getting a personal reading. It's been so wild. Yes, I know. You're in California, right? I'm pretty sure. Because the other day, Selena was on, and I was like, Selena, you're from California, right? But she was like, no. I was like, oh, okay, maybe it was Salome. Okay, yes, North Bay, yeah. Close to Oregon. If I ever travel to California, I will let you know. But anyways, to anyone who sees me as a role model, this does not make you cool. This is not anything. Don't worry about this. This is a completely personal life choice, you know? So, just saying. And I'm not intentionally promoting this. This is just who I am, and I'm gonna do this right now. My February was challenging. The first half of February was like, you know, like, wow, this is great. Second half, which we're still in right now. This is the last day of February. Congratulations, everyone. The second half, very difficult. working through loss and stuff. So it's been very emotional. Pisces season, right? But that's okay. Okay, what do you want a reading in Solo? Ah, thank you. Thank you so much. Literally. Um, and 1 second. The live stream will cut out for just a few minutes, but I will be... Okay. I am back. Yes. Thank you, Salome, for your support in my business. Okay. What? That's weird. Signing in. There we go. Okay. March 3rd. Okay. So, just went and transferred it. I was hoping it would transfer by the 1st, but it doesn't. But that's okay. The timing should work out. Connected with your twin in January, and then separated again in February. Okay. Yeah, that feels painful. Anytime I'm able to... I know. That's everyone who supports me. I'm the same way. Anytime I can be there, I will. I haven't been live as often. I make it seem like it's you who's been away, but it's me who's been away, huh? I will be going live a lot more. I'm in a much better place to be doing it. But, yeah. Was it like mid-February for you that you guys got separated? Yeah, I know. I want to do more pick-a-cards. It's been a while. It's been like 2 or 3 weeks. There was one pick-a-card topic I was going to do about career. I wrote it down somewhere, but I don't know where I wrote it down. Hi, Tori. That's awesome. Thank you. My friend Cheyenne gave it to me. Work and career about needing money. That was the pick-a-card. I did write it down. Cool. Yes. Pride all the way. It was first week of February, shortly after your birthday. Yeah, I'm kind of going through a separation right now, shortly before my birthday. Fun. But yeah. And Tori, I'm not sure if you're new here, but there's been a few Tories who have commented on the channel, so I might just be remembering wrong, but yeah. It's okay, Salome. I guess it was meant to happen. You know, we're in the middle of Mercury retrograde, so it was bound to do some stuff. March 9th. On a full moon this year. Mercury goes direct also on March 9th, I think. So, yeah. New. Awesome. Cool. Cool. Welcome in. Well, I did a reading earlier in this video, around the 3 or 4 minute mark, I think, for the collective. So if you want like a bit of an energy forecast of some things that might be going on, it had to do with partnerships. So if there's anything about healing, I probably actually have all the same cards on top of, so I put the cards back, but I think they're all just on top. Like this is the 8 of Wands, 2 of Cups. Yeah, I forgot already. Oh yeah, Arakira, Island was this one, and this one was something. Oh yeah, Anticipation, 7 of Cups. So I basically did a reading about relationships or connections. It doesn't have to be romance, but it's just about ones that are currently going through a process of healing and communication, where you and the connection involved are learning like ways in which miscommunication had a lot to do with what really happened. So now you're just kind of anticipating what's going to happen next, back and forth between one another. Yeah. And if it doesn't feel like it's mutual, this is like an energy that's still happening within yourself. And that is healing the 2 of Cups that is within yourself. The 2 halves within the whole, the yin and the yang. So yeah, that was basically the reading I did earlier. If you want to get a reading, I'm actually donation based. So the $7 is just a suggestion. It's just like a, yeah, like a would be appreciated notion, but it's not required basically. In the past, I started committing, I would do a lot of free readings and I was like, okay, maybe I should do like just paid readings. But I found kind of the best way is just like doing readings donation based. And if anyone wants to get a reading, like purchase one or donate or tip, that they can. But yeah, it's crazy. Been dealing with that a lot. Ah, awesome. I'd love to give you a reading. So I'm just going to do 2 for right now. So to anyone else listening, I'm going to come back live later tonight to do $7 readings, still donation based. But I need to go eat pretty soon. So I'll do Salome and Tori's readings, and anyone listening, I'll be back on later tonight. But I don't know when. It could be in a couple hours. It could be in like 6 or 7 hours. Just depends. But yeah. No worries, Salome. Let me read your question real quick. 1, can I have messages / guidance from Spirit about where I am and what's coming onto my path? No, that's okay. Hopefully, I'll get the messages you're looking for. Oh, there was a card underneath here. Wow. Attachments wants to show itself then. But let me grab that card. This is a reminder, yoga, healing, everybody, meditating. If you guys want to do a little bit of a meditation before I leave, I'm going to do some meditation before I go get up and get food. But this card is what fell. The Princess of Swords. But I think it was just attached to the bottom of this deck to remind me to show everyone, or to show you, Salome, the attachment card. So, messages and guidance from Spirit is keep an eye out for what you're looking for in life. Keep an eye out for the signs, for the synchronicities. Keep an eye out for symbolic messages. Keep an eye out for Spirit basically finding its way to deliver messages to you with attachment. But attachment, it's like we're attached to all sorts of things. Good things, bad things. Put whatever label it is, we get attached to things. Connections are made once we interact, once we see something. Boom. A connection has been established, right? So Spirit is sort of saying, in my opinion, with this card, as like, keep an eye out for any red flags, any negative attachments in the distance, but also any green flags, any good attachments in the distance. Because, yeah, they're on their way to you. This is Pisces season, a season of blessings and gifts, miracles. Just sometimes you have to dig a little deeper to find the miracle or to see the blessing. because we can get so caught up on what we're losing, and we can sometimes also have attachments to fears of like, well, what if losing this, there's not that what we're looking for is not going to still exist out there. But the energy does transfer, and it's just okay. Even understanding this, it's still very painful, like you were saying earlier. Very frustrating. The reason I say that, like those words, is also because anger. Ooh, and that slid out more cards. Anger, self-love, and phobia is fear. Wow. So the only one I saw was anger. I'm also seeing trust. Family matters is the last one I'm seeing. So I'll pull that card out, but I don't want to look at any of the other cards underneath. Okay. So, yeah, attachments to fears, attachment to your past, attachment to experiences, right? Once you interact with something, an attachment is made. Attachments to feelings of anger or frustration or resistance as well. So keep an eye out on all of those, and also keep an eye out for the attachments that manifest or reflect to you self-love. Those are the good attachments. And so sometimes we're afraid, what if it's a bad thing to be attached to love? This card is over here. Oh, and trust. That's right. Attaching to trust. So this is just kind of saying, like, looking at attachments in a different angle for this season, for March, for Pisces season. And then, ooh, the 10 of Cups, the 6 of Cups. Wow. Okay, and then there's some energy being released over here. Toxic old energy that was just burdensome. A big responsibility to carry all that, like, energy all by yourself, to try and keep everything together all alone, you know? It's like, and when you communicated you couldn't do it all by yourself, suddenly the other person realized that there were responsibilities that they were ignoring, and now they feel like you're pushing responsibilities onto them, but really it's like it was sort of theirs to begin with. That's what I'm getting. And then the 10 of Cups and 6 of Cups, and it's like, so that's in the distance, that's what's being released. So be open to new connections, new love, renewals of love, or yeah, things like that. That anything that gets lost, that you're still gonna love the other person no matter what. Dang, I'm sorry that the internet cut out. I was basically talking about releasing the burden of having to take on all the responsibilities by yourself, basically, to do the work for both people, like to be the rock all the time, you know. Sounds like you're divine masculine for sure. Yeah. Yeah, you know, so those are messages coming through about what's being brought up. So yeah, just understanding that you're no longer gonna put in all the pressure on yourself, like taking on the divine masculine's fears as your own, taking on the divine masculine's anger as your own, all their family issues as your own. You're like releasing that and just like, you know what, like my divine masculine's either gonna figure it out or they're not gonna figure it out. I got a life to live. So I see a little bit of that going on once again, now that a separation has happened, where you're like, you know what, I'm gonna love you, I'm gonna be here if you ever come back, if you ever change your mind, if you ever, whatever you bring, I'll be okay with it, but I'm gonna keep moving forward no matter what. So I don't see this stopping you. I don't see this separation stopping you from speaking your truth. I don't see it stopping you from going towards your happiness. Yes. And hi, Kitana. I am doing just a couple readings. I'm doing $7 readings, but I'm also doing, they're donation based, so you can get a reading for free, anyone who can't. But I will prioritize paid readings first, so it'll be like a little bit of like a list where like paid readings will get prioritized, but I will be doing donation-based readings for everyone, so everyone can get a reading. But right now, I'm just doing readings for, just doing 2. I'm just about finished with Salome's reading, and then I'll be doing a reading with Tori, and then I'm going to head out and get some food, and I'll come back live in like 5 or 6 hours. So, yeah. Yeah, I'll put you in the list, Kitana. So I hope you're on later. Do you think you'll be awake or available in like 6 hours? I know that doesn't sound reliable. Basically, I'm just on for a few minutes right now, and then I'm going to go eat, and I'll come back much later when I have more energy because I'm probably going to fall asleep. That'll be at 11. Okay. Yeah, it's 5:40 over here, so I plan on going live around maybe around midnight, 1 a.m., maybe around 11 p.m. or 10 p.m. So, yeah, hopefully you catch me then. All right, Salome's second question. What will my next new love interest be like? / what will our connection be like? I am a night owl. Yeah, but I also like to get rest. Sometimes I'll sleep at a good time. Yeah, I'll try to, yeah. I can try and put a timestamp, so if you ever go to that reading, like, so you know how my live streams, I leave them up so you can always watch it in the future, Kitana? So I'll do that, so you can click it as like just a video, and I'll try to put your timestamp for if you miss it. So let me know your question, and then I'll write it down and I'll put that in there for the first reading. Aww. Okay, what will your next new love interest be like? 7 of Wands. The connection. It'll be continuing where you left off. 7 cards, 7 decks. There's a lot to this question. Ah, thank you, Tori. Check in with my divine masculine. We're not in separation right now, but he's at a distance for the time being. Absolutely. Check-in readings, I feel, are... I vibe with those a lot. It's like it's easier to get the messages because there's such an open connection. So spirit can be a lot more decisive with the energy. Okay, so the 7 cards I'm pulling, Salome, is relocation. So your next love interest could come in a completely different style through you moving or from you going to new places, you trying new things, meeting new people, of course. But I'm just getting like your whole style of where you communicate and how you look for love. It's changing. So you might start being more bold, more direct, and just more confident, and just more like knowing your worth, and just like knowing like if something is worth your time or not, pretty much. Like a situation. Then we're getting confidence. I was talking about confidence, right? Confidence is your key to success. Manifesting a new soulmate connection that is more of a match to where I am / want to be. Relocate, yeah. Relocation is kind of a word for alignment. So I feel like you're aligning with your chakras. And I think that's why the 7 comes out. Because I drew this and I was like, oh, this is telling me to draw 7 cards from the 7 decks that I have laid out right here. And that to me is talking about the 7 chakras. So you're working on chakra alignment and doing that. Yeah, you're working on manifesting pretty much. And it's working is what these cards are saying. Ace of Swords, yep. Clarity, meditation. What's this card over here? Ace of Swords is over here, and I don't know why, but it's backwards. It's reversed. It's reflected. So, okay, that's telling me to connect these two chakras, so root, sacral, solar plexus, heart. Your solar plexus chakra and your heart chakra are completely in alignment right now. Your confidence, your energy, the action steps you are taking are in direct alignment with your heart center. That's really good. So it's the root chakra, physical healing, physical security is the part that's a little bit off. So if we were to start drawing a chart of what your chakras could possibly feel like, and of course you can shift them and make them move around like all the time. If you take 10 pictures within 1 minute of where your chakras are aligned, they could completely look different within that minute or whatever, you know? So just if I were to do one like analysis of your chakras, let me see where they all kind of line up. Oops, I didn't split the deck. We do get Arakira though, Blossoming, which I do think does match, but I'm going to draw a different card. Isolt, Undying Love. I feel like it's meant to be the Blossoming card, but I'll put this card out as well. And then we get Lotus Flower, Unfoldment. Wow. Right? Blossoming. And then one more card from here. Yes, that is perfectly okay. Very much appreciated. Thank you, Tori. You guys are my hero, to be honest. This is very helpful, truly. Been wearing red jasper to help with your root chakra and being grounded. Yeah, grounding. This is the crown chakra. Ooh, 9 of Wands. Crown chakra, the message through spirit is saying don't give up. Keep at it. Hi, Star Single Sam. Welcome in. I'm only here for a few more minutes, pretty much. But if you are interested in getting a reading from me, you can let me know, and I'll be live later tonight, but it'll be in like 5 or 6 hours. These are donation-based readings, by the way. So you can get a reading, and so pretty much I prioritize that if people purchase a reading, they will be prioritized. And then if I get through purchased readings, I'll do anyone else who would like a free reading, pretty much. Yeah. So this is talking about the chakras, and in terms of the question of your next partner, it's the same message. I'm sure you know, Salome. It's going to be the right match, pretty much. You're going to be manifesting that more and more. Don't give up. Keep at it. You're very close. But it's also a process. It says you are just getting started, so have patience with yourself and the process. And it also says do not give up. The 9 of Wands is the card that tells me to say the words do not give up. Whenever I see this card, a lot of the time I start to think don't give up. Perseverance. And this literally says do not give up. So yeah, you're doing really good, Salome. And yeah, this person will end up being very different. I do think it's going to be someone different outside of your connection with your divine masculine. So yeah, not your divine masculine, but just somebody else. And it's not about giving up on the connection with the divine masculine or anything like that, but it's just about understanding love is love, and what you feel you need or you want or you know that you haven't had or something, you deserve that in the moment. You deserve your wants and your needs to be met in the moment, because that means that we're full. And if we're not full, we're being drained. And if we're being drained, we're kind of dying, you know? So it's very important that we fill ourselves up and we work on our healing pretty much. I feel like healing is priority number one for me in my life. And that includes any aspect of my life: physical, finances, love, romance, like cared for, listened to, food, healthy food, feeling like no pain when moving my body around, like all sorts of stuff. All of that is healing. So I like healing as being like number one priority. So yeah, I don't know how much that tells you about your next partner, but you can be rest assured that it's your next partner. It's a connection that's a match that can work. Maybe there will be a series of lessons of sort of giving people a try before you sort of like, you know what, none of this, no, this isn't worth my time. And then the person shows up shortly after. That's something that can happen. So just keep that in mind. As a time frame, I feel like March, I do feel like a lot is happening this month for you. So try not to get discouraged and continue trying to keep an open mind, because at the end of the day, you will come out on top. We all do. And there's a lot of times where we're like, well, what if we don't? Well, self-confidence. Confidence is your key to success. There's so many times where I don't actually have any real proof that I'm going to be okay. And I'm being like hurt, being made fun of, being talked down to, being kicked, spat on, bashed in the head. Things could have gotten intense. And in those moments, I was like, it is me who is going to end up on top. And like the next morning, I woke up with all bruises, concussion, and I was like laughing in the shower, singing, and I was happy because I was like, I feel I'm the one who came out on top of this. I didn't lose myself. That other person did. And like, it's not like I'm sad that that person lost himself at that time, but I was happy that I didn't lose myself, that I didn't get beaten in my core, in my soul, my spirit. And then shortly after, the concussion kicked in, and there were like days where I completely like very much was defeated, felt rock bottom, felt like I didn't come out on top. Everything is not okay, and all that stuff with my whole life, with every subject in my life, every area. And so, what was I saying? Sorry. Oh, that you're going to come out on top at the end of the day. So I get that there's no technical proof that that's going to happen, but that's what I end up kind of banking on. And then there are times where I feel like, but I didn't, but I'm not, and I fall down, I fall apart, I let go, I surrender. And those times of release can bring us back on track to like, okay, there are still some things we can do, even if it's just, now I'm here for another day. Now I'm going to the next day. Now we're gonna, survive some more somehow. Don't know how I'm doing it, but I'm doing it, Eventually, you get back on it and you remember the love that you have, because love is eternal. I see why the Undying Love card came out now. So, all of that. So you're going to be okay. And that includes your love life. So at the end, you are going to meet someone and it's going to be magical. And if you want to be more formal and traditional, you can get married and all that stuff. But you don't have to. You don't need a label on things, right? However, which way. But I dream about my wedding, my future wedding night. And like, just how surreal that would be. And just how I would wish that for anyone. We are all survivors. So yeah, that's what I'm getting for your reading. And before I do Tori's reading real quick, Star Single Sam, how did I discover I was clairvoyant? Whew, that is such a journey. It's a lot of reprogramming the conditioning that happened on me. The whole you can't be something that you're not, or you're not what you say you are, or I was told that I'm not imaginative. I was told I don't have imagination or have creativity. I was told a lot of things about myself. So, how did I discover I was clairvoyant? A lot of recovering from trauma is how. And a lot of realizing, like, I am not what they say I am. I am not what this outer world says about me. I decide. Ooh, it is 5:55. And there's 5 people. Oh, well, now 4, but still. Hold on, let me show you guys. Woo! 555. Challenges through facing the obstacles, the challenges that you're met with about yourself. But yeah, how I discovered more of that was I discovered tarot in 2018, and things started really kicking off from there. Change is definitely coming. But yeah, so that's kind of how I discovered I was clairvoyant. After I order some pizza, plan on meditating. Nice. Okay, so Tori. Aww. You guess you just like to know what he's feeling about us. Ooh, okay. So I feel guided to use this deck over here. This deck is a very earth-based deck, very water paint, dark. Ooh, speaking of dark cards, so very. This might even remind you of him. I was just making sure, or of yourself. This energy of confidence, of like, like cool. This cool sort of energy. I don't know. So yeah, what is he feeling about you guys? 10 of cups. Pride. We were just talking another, maybe that's why I felt drawn to this deck, because this is a very LGBT plus, I don't know, LGBT friendly, pride friendly, just community and inclusion. It's that kind of deck. So this is very pride, So, and we were talking about that. So that's how he's feeling about you guys. Feeling proud of the relationship or the connection that you guys have. Whatever the label may be, Very much full of love, like that it's very safe, secure, and like, because like this person, they're like nurturing, like, it's like, this could be like a pregnancy kind of thing, and like a happy for like, for each other, like in each other's arms. Like, this is something, your relationship, you guys both love it like you would love your own, like a child, or like your own baby, or something you give birth to, something you create. I saw that my live stream maybe was cutting off a bit, but basically there's some sort of like, what's the word? Not fragile or vulnerable, very sacred. What is the word? Appreciated for how vulnerable it is. What is that word? I'm sorry, I can't remember the word, but it's like cherished. I don't know. There's something. Maybe. Beautiful? I don't even know. Something very beautiful, innocent, worth protecting, precious. Precious. That's the word. Okay. So He feels that this is a very precious connection. I'm sorry, that took me a while. So let's get an oracle message with that. Ooh, fire. This is the exact card I thought would come out. Funny enough, Aries. So maybe you guys will be seeing each other in Aries season around April. Or if it's all farther out in the distance, it might be the opposing season to Aries season, which is Libra season. So maybe you'll be seeing him around October. But because the reason why I say that is because the full moon in Aries would then be Libra season. But also just Aries season is what's coming up. So it could just be March or April soon. That's a bit of a time message. Yeah, there might be some time together that you can spend during those seasons or something. You're in Aries. Okay. Oh, wow. Woo. Ooh, the Knight of Cups. He's coming to town in Aries season. That's awesome. Ace of Swords. Maybe those are the only two cards that I need from this deck. But it was like being very unique. So there's some messages in here. I think some of the visuals in here you're going to identify with. Or something about this deck. And the 4 seasons. That's probably what this deck represents for like the significance for you. The King of Wands. Ooh. He could be kind of like this like little, you know. Look at that face. Like, oh, like a chipmunk, like a, you just squish, like, you know? That kind of cuteness. Yeah. But can also be very majestic at the same time. So very majestic, but also very, like, warm and fuzzy and, like, I don't know. That, like, I don't know. Just that kind of, like, the animal that comes to my mind is chipmunk, you know? The chipmunk vibe. Cheery, joyful, jolly, and loyal. Yeah. So I feel like he's feeling pretty good about you guys. Oh, I forgot about these cards. Whoa. Okay. The King of Pentacles. So yeah, this person is pretty solid and has a lot to offer in the physical world, has a lot of maturity to offer in those areas. And then emotionally, there's a lot of changes that are happening there, and he's growing a lot and maturing a lot more emotionally. He grins like that King of Wands. Nice. I'm glad. I'm glad this is him. Bridget, don't back down. So I feel like he's really charging forward, and he's been very clear and direct with you that he wants this path with you, you know, that he wants to express and share his love and make you happy, pretty much. So he's not backing down. He's like standing up for this connection. Effortless. And it's just like, it's just what it says. It's effortless. It just flows. His confidence in this connection just flows out of him. His willingness to put in efforts, even though he's still growing like the rest of us, even though, so it's like, kind of reminds me of me. I was going through some situation with somebody where it's like, I was kind of the rock, keeping things together all the time, sort of what Pisces does. And basically it got to a point where I couldn't keep things together all the time anymore. And when that happened, the parts in which he could step in, a light was shined on that and showed like how much more I was actually putting in, apparently. And so, yeah, this is a bit of a message from him with the effortless, that he's sort of like that too. He's someone who's like, who tries to be the rock a lot of the time, but like this is saying like, yeah, he can't always be on top of it and stuff, but a lot of the time he is. So I think that's admirable and like deserves some credit. Yeah. At least that's sort of how that's how it feels to me. Or that's something he's working on, getting to that place of like understanding that either he can't be the rock all the time, or you're not the rock all the time, or that no one is. There's just this understanding between the two of you, I think, that we're all just people just trying to figure it out as well. The Five of Wands, there was conflict in that whole part. I can feel it. But still, there's a lot of things to that probably make sense. The Two of Cups, yeah. You both have your own version of that. So miscommunications could have totally happened, especially right now in Mercury retrograde. We went through separation because I was putting in all the effort. Yes. And when he came back to me, right as I thought of him, it was so different. It's been so great. Things are changing. We aren't together yet, but we're getting there. Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. There's the nurturance again. And that's exactly what I was bringing up in this deck. So, yeah, I feel like there's still some difficulties because you both have the same goal, but there's times where it clashes still about that, and he's working on it, is what I get. He may have more maturing to do in the emotional department. So I guess it was more so you who had to have been the rock more of the times, and when you couldn't be that at a point, he maybe made excuses or maybe wasn't understanding and thought you were suddenly like giving up and you were the one backing out. Like that projecting, it can happen really easily through miscommunications, because it's so much to the point where you can look back at your own things that you said and you're like, yeah, I can see how they interpreted it like that, but that's just not true. That is not my narrative. TBH, to be honest, like that happens a lot. That's happening. I'm going through that right now, and that's like the story of my life. It's been like that for my whole life. So very much relatable energy. So yeah, I'm getting like, yeah, he's putting in more effort, and I feel like you've been more understanding because you're going to continue to speak up and stand up for yourself and be honest. And I feel like as changes continue to happen, like I just see the two of you kind of like working together through it, because you're both like Aries, very bold energy. You're going to say what you mean. You're going to say what you feel real fast, And so, yeah, I feel that he's kind of matching with you in that vibe. But it might not be as bold or as like hyperactive as your energy, but it's still something that balances between the two of you. So the last thing I get is prosperity. So how he's feeling about this right now might be that he's got some gifts that he's going to bring, and that he's excited to share with you more stuff. So yeah, I hope that was a good reading. My friends don't understand our connection. They judge it all the time because we still try to make it work. Yeah, that's annoying. Even my most toxic connection that I've had these last few years, people judged it and stuff, and I still stand by the decisions I made. I'm still like, no, I try to make it work because, I don't know, I'm just like that. So, yeah, I'm one who doesn't care about right or wrong. I care more so about just like how you feel and what you're willing, what you are doing as like a good person. Hi, Pink Rose Heart Goddess. Wow, pick some yellow flowers. Nice. And I'm sorry if I'm not remembering but you might be, I don't know if you're new here or if you had a different name or if I just don't remember, but welcome. He's an Aquarius. He has had a hard time with his emotions, so it makes sense what you're saying. That makes a lot of sense. The opposite, the opposing sign to Aries is Libra, and Libra is an air sign like Aquarius. His emotions, yeah, yeah, yeah. So March, I just did a reading on Aquarius, so maybe he would resonate with it. But a lot of March is a lot of like just they need a lot of time to themselves, like Aquarius right now. So a lot of Aquarius people might just be going through a lot of meditation and a lot of growing and being able to check in with their emotions and with their inner world in a way that they haven't been able to in the past because it's been very dark and painful in the past. But now they're at a place where they can do it. Ah, I love your vibes too, Tori. Right away that we both, vibe with pride. Definitely appreciated. With you and the whole standing behind decisions. If I could do it over, I wouldn't change a thing. Exactly. Same. You are welcome, Tori. And Star Single Sam, hi. I will be back later tonight. So hopefully I can see you there. I don't know what time I'll be on, but yeah, if you want to email me and get in contact for like a personal reading or something, or to like just schedule or to know like one of the upcoming times I'm going live, I can try and communicate that with you. But I'm officially going to head out now, everybody. Gitana, I saw you wrote yours down, so I will write down your question, Gitana, and I will try to be back on and put a timestamp on it later tonight. Princess Laura, okay, hi. Gotcha. Let me see. Gitana. Maybe I thought Gitana did write her question. Oh yeah, what's coming for me this March? So, what's coming for me this March? Heart emoji. Okay. So that's it for now, everybody. Wow. I'll be back on later tonight, Princess Laura. And just everyone here. So thank you all for your support. Thank you, Tori. And thank you, Salome. Yeah. Awesome. Nice. Okay. I'm spacing out. Hold on. Let me go back to where you guys are. Nope, that's not it. There you guys are. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to head out now. And hopefully I'm on at a time that's convenient for you guys in the future. Welcome to the channel, Tori and Star Single Sam. Anyone who's new here, welcome. Also, it's really good to hear from you. Aw, you have flowers in your hair. Nice. Eriko sent me some flowers. They're over by my windowsill right now. They are starting to dry. I watered them, but so yeah. But all right, I'm gonna go get some food in me, and I also might not come back on later tonight. And if that's the case, my apologies, everyone. I'm going through a lot and doing a lot of healing, but I do want to go live more so I can get back in touch with you guys. Also to build, hopefully with some finances to take care of some bills and things and to start saving and planning ahead. So I will be trying to go live more. My Instagram is sunsunmashi. Facebook, it's hard to find me on there, but my name is Son Nguyen on there. My Sunsunmashi Facebook account is completely inactive. I'm never on it, so yeah. But yeah, you should DM me on Instagram. All right. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you all so much for supporting me here. And Star Single Sam, I'll write your name down. So hopefully you catch me in the next live stream I do. If you don't, please watch it anyways. I'll be doing a reading for you anyways. I'll do a general if I don't know your question of what you would like a reading on. But if you're there, like, let's definitely do one. But yeah, and Princess Laura, if you're on later, I'll see you later. All right, I'm gonna go eat now. I know I take a long time to say goodbye. All right, bye guys.